So I need to preface this video. We do not take our dogs to daycare. Remy is allowed in parts of our house, but Cora has to stay in her kennel when we go to work. So what we've done is created a space outside because we do let them outside for part of the day if Noah is working in town. So this is creating an outdoor space where in the colder months, because we live in a four-season climate, that the dogs can go in and out and have like water available that's clean, that's not getting dirtied from like the wind and stuff blowing into it, and then where they'll be warm and out of any elements that happen. We do watch the weather when we let them outside for part of the day, but we just wanted to create an indoor outdoor space in our garage because we do have like a 2.5 car garage. So there is space for this to happen. So we're installing the doggy door, and then I think this weekend we will be doing the rest of it so that they don't have access to the whole thing because Cora does chew. So yeah, that's kind of what this video is about. I guess let's get into it. We are starting this project after the hole in the door has been cut. You'll see how we cut it. We used a rotary saw. The saw that they recommended, our door, with it being steel and then having all that insulation, it made it way too hard to cut the door. So you can see the piece of the door right there at the bottom left, and then this part we're just making sure that the opening fits perfectly, and then the screws are like plastic screws that go inside, like they don't go through the door, they go like hold it together inside the door. We got this from PetSmart, I believe, and then it is an insulated door because we live, again, in that four-season climate where it'll be colder, and it'll help keep when they go in through the door, actually a lot warmer for them. And then I did also pick up heating pad beds, and then we have their outdoor bed, and I think I still need to order another bed just so they're not on the concrete floor. I might get some mats, too, from like Menards to put underneath just so that they're not on the concrete floor and helps keep it warmer. Our plan is to put insulation on the inside of in the garage because that will also help keep it warmer. We don't plan on super cold days leaving them out, but these fall days where it's a little bit colder, still warm, we want them to be able to get up, go outside, go to the bathroom while we are gone. Before putting away the jigsaw, place the exterior frame one with the flap to the underside of the opening to do a fit check. If the screw holes are not in frame or visible through the cutout, you may need to recut your opening before proceeding with the installation.
We're just gonna have to cut
Place the interior frame 2
So that's not going to work. It's not lined up. We're going to have to trim this. The outer edges, you did it too thin. We're going to have to trim both these sides.
Let's just, seriously?
Now, there you go. Do it on both sides now. here.
Remy, come.
Come on.
Come, Rem. Come on, Remy. Good girl.
Good
See, I
girl.
don't think about me for her to figure it out.
Here, you know
Cora.
how to do
Come on, Cora. Come here, Cora.
Come on, Cora.
Cora, come. Come
on.
Come. Come here. I can't figure these things out. They're complicated. Come here, Cora. All right, we're going in the house. See ya. Come on, Cora. We're going in. Come on. Come on. Come on, Cora. Show her the ball.
Come on.
She can see. Cora. Come here. Cora. Ball. Come on. Come here.
Oh, Remy has cock on her.
Got a little job. Cock, that's all right.
Cora.
Cora. She'll figure it out.
Welcome to day 2, which I think is about 2 weeks after we put that door in. Maybe it's only a week. But we are starting the frame on the inside. So I think some people, it might be okay just have your dog in the garage. But we have a dog who likes to chew on a lot of things. And earlier this week, Cora had chewed some nylon gloves. So for safety purposes, we are putting a dog crate in that we are building, and this will also keep them warmer because again we do have those 4 seasons. We're starting right here. This is the larger frame. Eventually you'll see this being the frame of like that checkerboard wall. We are trying to use supplies that we already have on hand, so you can see some of the wood is from a structure when we bought our house. They had built this for their kids. We do not have kids. We have dogs, so now we're repurposing it for our dogs in this little homemade crate for them. Yeah, it was kind of interesting because the boards, some of them are kind of warped, and you want to buy boards that are kind of straight. So we kind of just worked with what we had, and it ended up working really great, and we made it work for a lot of it, but we ended up replacing one of the boards with a new 2x4 that we had purchased that you'll see later on in the video, because we did need more of the plywood. But thank God Noah is very handy and has a lot of supplies on hand, and he remembered that we had this stuff, so we didn't have to spend as much money as you would if you were starting from scratch.
Probably one of the sliding ones. Wouldn't have that issue.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And we got this OSB. And then these are just 2x4s, Noah? And 2x4s. All in the truck. Huh?
That's not going anywhere.
So we had to stop at Menards. What did we get? And what's your envision for it?
More 2x4s, plywood, screws. That's it.
And what's your envision for it?
Dog area.
So we're pretty much making a wall and we're insulating it so that the dogs stay warm in the wintertime because it does get really cold here. So the envision is to create kind of like a large dog kennel for both of the dogs to sleep in or stay warm in the wintertime so they can be inside and outside when Noah and I are not home, especially during the day when we're at work. So we are insulating it. We got dog beds for it. Oh, you know what I wanted to look at when we're here? Oh, I might have to come back tomorrow. You know those like those mats we have downstairs? I was gonna get those cheap black mats, you know, for our shoes.
Yeah.
Get a couple of those just to put on the concrete to help keep it a little bit warmer.
I might bring home some pallets, put those down.
So I was thinking we could put that like mat that we have downstairs in there to help kind of put a barrier instead of pallets.
The thing with that rug is water, the door comes in when it rains.
Yeah.
So having a mat like that.
Well, you can't just have pallets though, because then they're gonna get stepped on it.
Get some plywood.
So we need more plywood.
I got 4.
Well, it's dark, so we'll catch you at the garage.
I'll bring the 3-inch screws.
Tonight, Noah and I worked on this garage kennel that we are putting together so that in the wintertime the dogs can still go outside if it's a warmer day, but they can also come inside the garage and stay warm. So what we did, so you saw originally that Noah's dad helped us put that door in, and then so that door will come into here. We want to keep it large enough for the both of them to both have room, but small enough that it will stay warm. We did pick up like heating beds, and we're planning on doing something for the bottom so that they're off the concrete. So we did finish this first wall. We tried to reuse some wood that we already had, but then we did end up having to pick up more wood. So as you can see, we have this first wall, we have this second wall, and then we're gonna have to figure out a system that we can also go in and out and like make sure it's nice and clean in here. We are gonna insulate the wall here and then probably insulate this door, but we gotta figure out a door so we can get in and out to access it. And then we're gonna figure out a roof system. The only kind of crappy part is that they put, I don't know why they did this, but they put the like lights for the garage over here. We'll still have access to open and close the garage, but you think they would put them maybe like right there? I don't know. They're over here though. So when I can't reach stuff, if I can't reach the garage opener, I always use a golf club, and then you can like turn off and on the switches. So we kind of talked about needing to have like a latch of sort to get access to the top of this, but for the light switches. But yes, our plan is to kind of insulate this whole thing, insulate here over here with a door, and then have an insulated top. And then we're still talking about the bottom, how we're gonna make that work. But we have like this bed system that will get them off the ground. We have the heated pads. So picked up like a water bowl that is like a heater so it doesn't get frozen. And I think that's about it. I think that will keep it warm enough in here. We are going to put up like a camera so we can check in on them. And then if not, we can come home from work and let them inside the house. But we figured this was a lot better for them. Instead of Cora having to be in a kennel or Remy having to be inside the house all day, this gives them freedom to go to the bathroom and stuff like that. So hopefully it works out good. But it looks good. We worked on it till like 11 last night. And that is like crazy. We worked on it really late, and we really tried using, the previous owners had like a kind of outdoor house for their kids. No, and I don't have kids, we have animals. So we took that down right when we bought the house last 2 summers ago now. And we kept the wood. So we're repurposing it for our children, our dogs. And we did end up having, I got this for free, this piece of plywood. So, and it was already painted checkered. And I was like, okay, that has to face outwards, and it'll make it look kind of cool. And then we also, so yes, we had to buy some wood we reused. We did buy some 2x4s, and then we bought 4 sheets of plywood. We already used one of them, and then we bought some insulation. So one of the sheets of plywood is right there. Yeah. Buy like one of those pre-made kennels, but we would still have to buy like the bed, would have had to buy like the beds and stuff like this. And this is reusing what we already have, a lot of wood that we already had, and so that's better for the environment. It's just for the dogs. It's not like we're building a house, but it's still really well made. Kind of jealous they have a nice little playhouse, it almost seems like. But we really just want them to be happy and be able to have the chance. We won't leave them for like a really long time outside, especially in the winter time. If it's super, super cold, we won't leave them out here. But especially because Cora's a German short hair, so they get cold really quickly. But we do want them to be able to enjoy a few hours out here when we're not home. Yeah, and obviously our yard's all fenced in, and they do really well in the fenced in yard. We're just creating a space where they can get out of the elements if they choose to. They're really understanding the door, but this has been a lot more work than I was expecting. Oh yeah, so we looked at like buying pre-made kennels that are for like outside. None of them were insulated, so this will be much better for insulation and hopefully keep them warmer than any of those would. We don't want to deal with like a heater or anything like that. I think we could get like a garage heater if we insulated the garage, but that's something we did not want to have, just for a fire hazard and stuff like that. And then yeah, we want to cover all this and make sure they're the safest as possible. So yeah, this has been a real labor of love right now. It's cheaper. Oh yeah, and this project is cheaper than any of those kennels, surprisingly. Granted, we are using stuff that we already had in our garage, but we even had to buy plywood, which plywood is like crazy expensive for what it used to be. Like years ago, it used to only be like $20 a sheet, and now it's like $40 or $60. It's almost double. But we really love our dogs, and we want to give them a space that they can love and enjoy. When we were working on the project, Cora was already laying on her bed out here. And we do have one for Remy, but we just have the one out right now. I think I'm gonna go to like Walmart because they have those cheap like $5 blankets. And so I might get a few of those. And then I was thinking about also getting or making them like tie blankets or something like that for each of their beds.
Oh, there's a puppy in there.
Oh. Cora.
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 Go. Come on. Come on. Come on, Cora. Come on. Come on. Go in there.